Hello, this is not a normal video. This is just something a little unscripted to give a little catalog of what's to come in 2019, what I really liked about 2018, things I'm excited for in 2019. You kind of get the idea. If you came from the last video I made about Smash Bros. Ultimate, then you probably have the assumption that this is just a gaming channel, which is not true. If you couldn't tell by the name of this channel, I'm gonna be covering games and anime, so I don't want to alienate either side. I try to combine both together, I guess, if that makes sense. And I hope it goes well. So it's just gonna be retrospective of those two things over the past year and what I'm looking forward to. Before we start, I think I should give out a internet name, if that's necessary. It's Yesai. Anyway, to start off, I finally got a Nintendo Switch this year, so that meant I got to play Breath of the Wild. And it was absolutely amazing. It was magical, it was wonderful. The world was so gorgeous, and just the amount of things I did and explored and what I discovered felt amazing to me. I really, really enjoyed it. The game has problems, but to me, I think just it achieved its open world status super well and surpassed a lot of other games in that genre. At the start of the year, I thought I had found possibly my favorite anime of all time, and unfortunately, I was completely wrong. But that doesn't undermine how much I enjoyed A Place for the Universe. The messages and the characters and just the overall way it was presented with just how it all came together was really something special. I can't give this show enough credit. Studio Madhouse, you did a great job. I hope this gets a season 2 sometime. I know nothing about Metal Gear, and yet I absolutely love Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance. The game's combat system really blew me away because, from my experience, hack and slashes looked very unskillful and kinda all over the place. So when I got into this, I was blown away by how much effort was required from the player to really do well in the game. And that's probably what's made it so fun for me. I've really learned a lot. I absolutely love how ridiculous the game is. The soundtrack's really great to listen to. I just think that this game overall is very good, and I give it a high recommendation. Another recent thing that I really am impressed by was March Comes In Like a Lion. This show, I heard it was just a quiet drama, but the art direction brought the scenes up to some seriously high levels, and just every episode has been great, even though there's some weird kind of splits between seriously great art direction and weird chibi anime stuff. Like, what? Why? Why is this here? But I absolutely love how this show has come together and how it illustrates its ideas and its story with its art and music. It just flows together so beautifully. I've spent over about, it's been over a year or so of me being pure weeb filth, but I never really ended up going to see anime films, not even Ghibli for some reason, but when I finally did, I found myself a masterpiece. Liz and the Bluebird is absolutely perfect. Its unique approach to storytelling made it so refreshing for me to see, because I'm so used to how anime presents its story and characters with the same uniform way of doing things, but here it's just everything flows together nicely. The music's amazing, and the entire theme of the whole movie just was wonderful, and I'm so surprised how much they were able to fit in such a short runtime. Okay, to finish off this large chunk of anime I'm talking about, I'm gonna end it with probably the biggest hit of the year, My Hero Academia Season 3. This show has always been popular. I just started getting into it last year, and Season 3 is my favorite season out of all of them. I think it had to be just the new ideas brought to the table about the hero society and just the new characters. The music really surprised me with how it fit the theme way better than most of the seasons did, and that was really refreshing to me. And also, this year was huge for My Hero. It got its movie adaptation, which I didn't see, but who cares. It also got a fighting game, which was pretty fun, actually. I did enjoy it with friends, but apparently it got ruined by some patch or something. I don't know. I still had a lot of fun with that. And now we've got Season 4 announced for October, which is great because I don't want to be stuck watching this in April because I really want to focus on other videos, so I'm glad it's coming out in October. I can't wait to see more of what My Hero does. I have a special idea of a video planned for it. I'm not disclosing that, but just saying, there is a My Hero video I'm planning. Okay, I have one more anime to talk about, but I'm saving that till the end. So for now, we're gonna cover a chunk of games that I really, really enjoyed. A Hat in Time really blew me away with its variety all the time. I value creativity highly, and the creative ideas and worlds and characters they came up with really surprised me, and I just love the voice acting. I just really like how each world functions differently. It was charming, fun, and most importantly, I liked it more than Odyssey. 2018 in terms of video games also marked a huge turning point for me. For years, I never really looked at competitive games as very high. I never really liked shooters despite some little exceptions. So one of my friends, I can't thank them enough for this, recommended that I started to play Dragon Ball FighterZ. I wasn't planning on getting it for PC, but he told me it was coming to Switch. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. Went to his house, we tried it for a bit, and from that point on, I realized that this was the competitive game that I'd always been wanting to try to play. I just find it much more appealing to have a one-on-one confrontation rather than being killed by some guy in a tower who's far too skilled. I think fighting games are way better. I also got into My Hero 1 Justice, which I mentioned earlier, and Smash Ultimate, of course. It's been really fun. I'm still learning a lot about fighting games. I kind of struggle with defense, and I'm also really excited for the new Kill la Kill game that's also being done by Arc System Works. Just the combination of Arc System Works when it comes to video games and Trigger's style is really appealing to me, so I can't wait for that to come out. I'm a little worried about the roster and the gameplay. The gameplay looks a little too simple, and the roster is kind of lacking at the moment, but I think it's gonna pull through and be a real fun game. Okay, so the last two pieces of media, before I go on to cover them, I'd like you to just know that both of them are very, very special to me, so that's kind of gonna be why I might shower them with praise. That's just how it's gonna be. So, for those who watched my Smash Ultimate video, you'd remember that I said that when Joker was revealed, I was the most hyped I've ever been on December 6th. When the Game Awards showed that trailer. That wasn't the reason I think I was the most hyped. Joker got me ecstatic, but a certain sequel in the works was arisen. Psychonauts 2 was absolutely insane for me. I've been following this game's development. I'm not even a Fig backer because, you know, if you hear my voice, you can kind of tell why. But I've been following this game's development constantly. I really want it to be a good game because the creativity and ideas on display were huge as an inspiration for me. So once that trailer hit, I completely lost it. And the game looks really good, and I'm really glad to see it come in 2019. Just Psychonauts 1, really good. I think it's one of my favorite games of all time. To see it get a sequel and that it's actually going to be a good kickstarted or crowdfunded game really puts a special kind of bow around the whole thing. So I'm really, really excited. I'm going to make a special video for Psychonauts whenever I finish the sequel. So that's going to be coming. On to my final bit. When I used to watch anime a lot, I have this problem where I don't feel much emotion and emotional investment. And for me, 2018 changed that. I had this problem where I'd watch anime way too late, so I wouldn't have any brain power to really process things or feel very emotional about what was going to happen. So this year started with A Place Further in the Universe. I felt intimate with the characters. I really loved how all the emotions were put on display, but that readied me for what is now my favorite anime of all time. I think for now, don't know when it's gonna be topped. Made in Abyss is 100% the biggest source of inspiration I think I found. It was during the summer, so I was taking a class that I'm gonna review later. So much of the ideas that were put on display with the character dynamics and everything made it so that would be part of my work, and I feel very connected to the show itself. The fantasy and its great world building, the world is beautiful and vivid, and it's only made better by that amazing soundtrack, and the amount of investment I had emotionally in the show led it to bring me to some new places that I never really thought I'd see or feel before. And now it's getting a sequel. I'm so just ready to watch another thing of this. I know this sounds really weird, but wait, what's this? So now it's a movie with a bigger budget. Things can't get any better for me, can they?